The UK Shared Prosperity Fund is a UK government programme designed to support local growth, investments and levelling up across the UK. It targets three main priorities: communities and place, supporting local businesses and people and skills. The Council's regeneration funding team has managed the Shared Prosperity framework to commission services and activities. Funded projects have offered new opportunities, restored a sense of community pride and offered support, hope and inspiration to our communities. This showcase provides just a snapshot of the range of projects delivered. The difference they have made to individuals, communities and businesses is tremendous. Let's have a look at what the funding has done for our young people.
We've organised for a group of girls from Archbishop McGraw High School to come to Mae'r to have an experience of what STEM can offer them in the world of work.
So we've been doing a tour of our paper making manufacturing and then our toilet paper and kitchen towel production. Then the girls have made their own paper and they'll have a Q&A with women across our site.
I think it's really important that we engage and inspire as many young women as possible to enter these male-dominated fields. I think there are a whole wealth of opportunities available for these girls in the local area.
I think it was really interesting to see how paper was made, because before it I thought it was just chop down the trees, you have paper, but really there's so many more steps than that.
Having this opportunity that can engage and just spark those aspirations and curiosity, and they can just come out and actually see the opportunities that could lay ahead for them.
I think it was a really good opportunity for all women to see what we could do in engineering and stuff like that.
They've had hands-on experience and been able to make their own paper and the practical activities, as well as the question and answer session where they've had the opportunity to speak to women in the field. Honestly, it's been brilliant from start to finish, and the feedback from pupils is great. They're so engaged.
And we're really happy that this funding can support that cross-curricular evidence base that we need.
The framework allowed us to test new initiatives that would never have happened otherwise. The STEM Summer Schools pilot with Cardiff Metropolitan University is a great example of this, and one of our secondary school lead is keen to develop further.
The aim of this project is to empower the young pupils of the Bridgend.
They get exposure to all the different types of subject areas that we offer at the School of Technology. Some of the things I would teach, cybersecurity or information technology management, all of this is demonstrated in some way, shape or form.
They're learning, but they don't actually realise that's exactly what's happening.
They're smiling, they're laughing, and it's just discovery through play, like we do when we're little.
It's been amazing. I've met some new people I wouldn't have normally talked to. I've learned things that normally I wouldn't have access to.
The need for this summer camp, I think, is most definitely required, not just in Bridgend, but across Wales, across the UK potentially. We like to think we're being a bit proactive here with the summer camp to drive this forward, meeting the needs of Bridgend and what we have in terms of employment holes within Bridgend and how they can be filled.
So this project is aiming at Year 9 pupils across the Bridgend County Borough to try and integrate them back into some sort of vocational pathway and to give them a bit of a choice in terms of what do they want to do in the future, looking at options for their careers and giving them a varied approach to education.
And the programme as well is designed then just to give them a basic taster for when they come in the next academic term.
Getting the chance to come out of school and go into the junior apprenticeship, I think it's a really good opportunity.
Currently on Pencoed campus we're offering a landscape gardening course, a brickwork course and a carpentry course. Fridays we offer a health and social care course and a hair and beauty course down on Cowbridge Road campus.
We know that not all learners are academic, so when they come to us it is literally all about creativity, and we're the ones then that just support progressing them through that.
We can't do it in school. Not saying school's bad for you and everything, school's good, but you can't do makeup, nails and all that in school, so college has basically let us come here for 6 weeks and do the things we want to do.
It's a really big benefit for students who school just isn't quite right for them, but we don't want to lose them. We want them to stay in education.
So we see what their abilities are and we just progress that further.
I've not had one pupil complain And that's truth. They're all happy, they're all excited. One pupil in particular, I spoke to him last week and I think he hadn't been in school for 18 months and now he's told about this project and he hasn't missed a day. And he's happy, he's smiling, he's producing some really fantastic stuff.
The framework has delivered a broad range of community activities, further developing proven solutions whilst also testing new approaches. These next clips really demonstrate how important this support has been.
Involved was designed to support 25 individuals with the form of additional need to get into that volunteering position, to give them a purpose. Each volunteer is put into a placement. They're then supported by either an elite staff member or a volunteer peer mentor. But having that familiar face there can be quite a comfort.
I think for the individuals it really gives them a sense of purpose, that they're actually out there doing something and giving back, gives them lots of confidence.
The volunteers that come to our sessions, not only do they get a nice routine and the chance to socialise once a week, they get to make a real difference.
I don't have the ability to work due to some medical issues. It's just a great opportunity for people like me.
He's definitely come out of his shell more since he's been coming to steer.
The ultimate goal is for them to feel confident, independent and a sense of purpose.
We wanted to support both young people and adults. So the idea of the project is to create different creative alternatives to support wellbeing and mental health, but not just with activities, but also then offer social prescribing and signposting to help reduce isolation, improve confidence and empower people to be themselves.
You can openly talk here because everybody's got some new problems.
When you're outside, you know, it just feels like everyone's judges you and stuff. But when you're here, you can just be yourself.
So we've developed a wonderful project with Bridgend College. We co-designed 3 workshops supporting a specific cohort of students within Bridgend, the ILS students. Those coping mechanisms that they've learned in the workshop, the students, they're taking home. So it's having a ripple effect and it was really, really successful. We worked with Tanio, we've worked with Cardiff Met University, we've got art therapy students that are doing placements with us. What we've seen mostly is the community connection and the peer support that's happening. The informal support has been fantastic. Another part is supporting our dementia hub through Music in the Mind and other creative activities. And to see people with early onset dementia, music opens up their mind and relaxes them. To date, we've engaged with just over 600 individuals. We've engaged with over 93 students. People are starting to see the creative pathways as an alternative to just coming into a drop-in centre maybe, or going and looking for advice.
Once the creative sort of spirit is unleashed, as it were, I think people really feel the benefit of that.
We've had a few projects funded. So we've had the botanical gardens for older carers. We have our weekly community cafe funded, so that's every Wednesday at the centre.
The cafe provides a lot of friendship and support to people who may otherwise not get to see other members of the community. And they laugh together, that's what's absolutely lovely. They just create such a warm, inviting atmosphere. People come in week after week.
And then we've also had the young carer service funded for our under-13s group, so we run groups for 5 to 9-year-olds and 10 to 12-year-olds. Today we are having a Halloween party for our 10 to 12-year-olds.
We've been doing golf and we have been playing with the balloons.
So this is probably their only chance to get out and have that little bit of a break for themselves and have a chance to be a child and, you know, have some fun.
If this wasn't here right now, I wouldn't be able to come out of my comfort zone and talk about my dad, and now I have a new friend to talk about it.
This funding has had an amazing impact on all the services we deliver, and I know the carers have really benefited from the extra opportunities that we've offered. It's amazing how much difference that makes to people's lives.
Breathing Space is a really important project for us at Tanio. It's an arts and health project that helps with well-being, social isolation, and it's a really great preventative service. For some, it's even stopped them from taking their own life.
Coming here, you meet new people,
We're learning new skills all the time and it's pretty good.
We've got 6 groups going across Bridgend in some rural locations, some in central locations, so doing different art forms.
We are a singing group based in Porthcawl. The aim was just to bring people in the community together to sing for their well-being.
You'll find it so easy and so friendly and so welcoming. And I just enjoy it.
One of our longest running groups is Bettus, and that's a visual arts group, and that's run by Alison. And we have a really diverse group. We have people who are neurodivergent, people who have learning difficulties, and people who are deaf or have lost hearing. We're really lucky in this programme of work to have such strong partners. Working with Mental Health Matters and Arwen has been really valuable. It's allowed us to give referral pathways to really make sure that the participants are supported as best they can be.
It's made a big difference, a big difference in my life.
The help from BCBC in this particular project has been life-changing.
What I love about doing the Flying Start sessions is just getting the children engaged. It's all hands-on, which they absolutely love. Seeing their smiles when they've made a lovely product like today, a really nice tasty pizza.
It's been fabulous to see families come into childcare settings, spend some time with their children, having some fun, learning some simple recipes that are healthy, and they're able to then repeat them at home.
This experience has given me an insight of how to actually make pizza myself. I mean, I came in here absolutely clueless.
If a child tries pepper today for the first time, hopefully they'll sort of introduce that into the diet at home, move on from maybe trying a pepper to other vegetables, to other foods, moving away from processed foods.
I've loved working on this project. It's been so wonderful to see how the parents are engaged, staff are engaged, the children are engaged, and everyone's had so much fun as well as learning new skills.
Still focusing on our communities, Barvo and Arwen have been key delivery partners, building capacity within our third sector and enhancing activities to make them more inclusive.
The aim of the project is to strengthen community organisations so they are better equipped to deliver for local needs, local benefit, strengthen what they're doing and sustain their services and to grow and to flourish, really.
We're able to turn to them for advice, we're able to get support from them.
Without that support, we'd find it difficult to finance ourselves.
The shared prosperity funding has enabled us to really extend, expand and enhance our training programme. So really in-depth, detailed training opportunities for the community and voluntary sector, which otherwise they probably wouldn't be able to afford in terms of time or money.
The organisation couldn't afford to fund these courses and it'd take away from the activities for our members.
We've also run things like fund affairs so that groups can meet with funders directly, talk about their projects, really strengthen that level of investment that they can achieve into their programmes of work. We do a lot of work around networks and forums that bring the sector together. That sharing of knowledge is really important. One of the best examples of innovation we've been able to achieve through shared prosperity funding is our volunteer passport scheme. The shared prosperity funding allowed us to do that. The difference this funding has made is that it's enabled us to extend our offer. We've been able to deliver more training. We've reached more people. From my perspective, this shared prosperity funding has really gone some way to ensure that.
This scheme was really very much in keeping with what Arwen does day to day anyway, so we were delighted to be able to access the funding to do more of what we do well.
We've been doing bat boxes this morning with SPF funding. We've sold out, so we built 10 boxes for 10 families. All of our bat boxes were built with wood from Woodbee, so they created all the bat boxes and flat pack elements.
It's a very hands-on activity. He's also learning about the nature and wildlife around him.
Being able to do something like this in the local community and having all the facilities that Bringaru has as well, for me, it's really wonderful.
And much of this work has taken place in our library spaces, in Bringaru Country Park, in our theatres and our community centres.
Wasn't sure what to expect, to be honest, but really surprised. So really glad we came.
We were able to facilitate more people coming out to volunteer. This resource has given us the opportunity to put more on and attract more people into those venues. It's helped new people engage, It's helped people engage more frequently. It's helped different people engage because of the removal of those barriers in some instances. What this funding has enabled us to do is do so much more of it.
Heritage projects have also been supported. I'm delighted to see that work has now begun to sensitively restore the Gronfa blast furnace, protecting this important historical monument and link to our industrial past for future generations.
The impact of this project will be to preserve the monument. It's all about preservation. Make sure it's here for future generations. So people come and look and ask questions. What is it? Why is it here? And in doing that, it'll help promote, especially from younger people, the importance of this artefact. It really must be preserved, it really must.
Gronfa Blast Furnace is one of the few scheduled monuments in the county borough that is owned and managed by Bridgend County Borough Council. This project aims to sensitively restore and protect the monument for the future. We've appointed Man Williams to undertake the detailed design work.
I always find the most interesting part of these sites is getting to understand the history of them and how these sites have changed and evolved over the sorts of hundreds of years that they've been around.
It's an exciting opportunity to record these monuments and get to know more about them, and it's good to see them being looked after and properly restored and cared for.
If this wasn't here, the valley and the town of Mae'r would be very different to what it is now. Mae'r is here because of this, the iron-making industry.
These sorts of sites are what these communities were founded on, and I think that's really important that that's retained and kept for future generations.
Businesses haven't been left out either. Many of our businesses are based in historic or traditional buildings, and standard energy efficiency measures are not always appropriate. Initiate Architecture have developed a truly new approach that shows how small improvements can make a huge difference to the efficiency, cost and comfort of these premises.
The project seeks to address some of the concerns coming out from business owners and building owners regarding how they address the issues of energy efficiency with the buildings that they have. So the idea of this project is really to help inform building owners, business owners, on the best way they can achieve energy efficiencies in those buildings.
To quantify it, we've visited approximately 50 businesses so far, and through our video content and the summary on Bridgend Council's website, we very much hope that becomes an ongoing support device for businesses moving forward.
What we've seen is small incremental changes to the historic environment that actually cause damage and harm to traditional buildings.
A lot of the solutions are quite straightforward. They're not necessarily incredibly technically hard. It's mainly about using the right materials for the right structures.
What's unique about this project is that it's heritage-led rather than driven by the need for energy efficiency. The other unique thing is the building of the model, which I think really helps to inform business owners that don't have any knowledge of how a building works and performs and functions.
We've been able to take our materials, our mock-ups and the model physically into businesses and having conversations on the ground about real-world problems, authentic issues that businesses are having with traditionally built buildings.
This project aligns quite clearly with the other regeneration initiatives that Bridgend County Borough Council are delivering at the moment in terms of awarding grant aid for the refurbishment of some of these commercial properties. So we've got that additional value that's added to the more statutory side of the authority's responsibility as well.
The outcomes that we want for this project are helping building owners achieve a higher rate of energy efficiency, a more comfortable building, but also for them to understand the building asset that they have and the historic asset that they have.
So much has been achieved in a short time. The framework has allowed new and further developments of established services, and resulting impact and legacy has been fantastic.